Nigeria's seat of power, the Aso presidential villa, and a Chinese firm have been locked in a battle over the seizure of three presidential jets and some other Nigerian assets abroad following court orders obtained by the company, Zhongshan Fucheng Industrial Investments Co. Limited. A statement issued on Thursday afternoon, August 15, 2024, and signed by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, slammed the company for allegedly attempting to take over offshore assets of the federal government of Nigeria through subterfuge. Onanuga explained that the federal government is not under any contractual obligation with the company. The case in which Zhongshan is trying to use every unorthodox means to strip our offshore assets is between the company and the Ogun State government. According to the statement, the federal government is fully aware of efforts being made by the Ogun State government to reach an amicable resolution on the matter. It must be said without any equivocation that Zhongshan has no solid ground to demand restitution from the Ogun State government based on the facts regarding the 2007 contract between the company and the state government to manage a free trade zone. When the contract with Ogun State was revoked in 2015, the company had only erected a perimeter fence on the land earmarked for a free trade zone. While the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice is working with the Ogun State government on an amicable resolution, Zhongshan obtained two orders from the Judicial Court of Paris dated March 7, 2024 and August 12, 2024, without any notice being duly served on the federal government of Nigeria and Ogun State government. This arm-twisting tactic by the Chinese company is the latest in a long list of failed moves to attach Nigerian government-owned assets in foreign jurisdictions. The material facts in the transaction between the Ogun State government and Zhongshan point to another P&ID case in the unscrupulous and questionable individuals falsely present themselves as investors with the sole objective of undercutting and scamming governments in Africa. Undoubtedly, Zhongshan withheld vital information and misled the judicial courts in Paris into attaching the Nigerian government's presidential jets, which are on routine maintenance in France. The use and nature of the presidential jets as assets of a sovereign entity whose assets are protected by diplomatic immunity forbid any foreign court from issuing an order against them. We are convinced the Chinese company misled the judicial courts of Paris regarding the use and nature of the assets it seeks to attach and did not fully disclose to the courts as required by law. This same Chinese company had tried to enforce its questionable judgments in the UK and USA but failed. Like the P&ID case, foreign companies are trying to defraud Nigeria with the collaboration of some bureaucrats. Zhongshan appeared to have sold the judgment they got to a venture capitalist seeking to make money by embarrassing the federal government and President Bola Tinubu. We want to assure Nigerians that the federal government is working with the Ogun State government to discharge this frivolous order in Paris immediately. Nigerian government will always work to protect our national assets from predators and Shylocks who masquerade as investors. The presidency gave the following background to the Zhongshan Fucheng case. A contract between Ogun State and Zhongshan to manage a free trade zone was executed in 2007. The parties entered into a dispute in 2015 and arbitration began in 2016. By 2019, the arbitration hearing had been concluded. The arbitral panel awarded over $60 million against the federal government of Nigeria, a co-defendant. When all Zhongshan had done was build a perimeter fence around the free trade zone. Based on legal advice, the Ogun State government resolved to resist the enforcement of the award. The resistance was successful in 8 different jurisdictions. There are pending appeals against recognition order issued in both the US and UK. Ogun State also engaged Zhongshan in settlement discussions on reasonable terms. The last meeting, held in September 2023 in London, lasted for 3 days and was attended by several officials of Ogun State, including Governor Dapo Abiodun and the Attorney General or Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi. Zhongshan's initial reasonable readiness to consider Ogun State's offer was surprisingly reversed by the second day when it insisted on the government paying the full arbitration debt. This led to a breakdown of the mediation, with parties agreeing to meet again in the first quarter of this year. Since then, Zhongshan has been evasive. Instead, it embarked on a series of enforcement proceedings, which the legal team appointed by the FGN and Ogun State successfully opposed. In cases similar to the present one, where Zhongshan obtained an ex parte order, Ogun State successfully set aside the orders. Ogun State has not given up on a reasonable settlement option, with the most recent letter sent to Zhongshan last week. Zhongshan only responded after obtaining this latest illegal order. From Lagos, this is Peace Olabuku, News Express Nigerian Television.